what you gotta say, but don't play. Say what you gotta say, but don't play. Say what you gotta say, but don't play.
What is up, you guys? It's your special friend godmother, and I am back. Okay, except I'm not back with another read. I am back with a smoke session slash let's talk about it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it right away because I'm just ready to talk about it. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I got half a blunt. I was already smoking. Go ahead and roll up or spark up or get your bong, your tea, your snacks, your drinks, popcorn, chips, whatever you got. Go ahead, get it, because we finna get into it. So today's topic will be how getting a 9-to-5 or how working has affected my business. How I came up with this topic, I've been thinking about it for a while. Like, you know, like, should I get a job? Should I not get a job? I think I told y'all before, but I had already told myself, like, I pretty much never work for nobody ever again. Like, you know, I was on that. And to be honest, like, if I could still be on that, I would. But I pretty much just want to go over, like, what I do for work, and stuff like that. So the market now for getting a job is a little bit different than like since the last time I've had a job. Y'all know when Jonathan first passed, I ended up getting a job at Burger King and ended up quitting that after only a few shifts. So that happened. And that was a different kind of process because the person who ended up hiring me was a client of mine. So it was easy to get in there. But the job just didn't work with me. And I feel like I'm just getting too old for fast food. So I really didn't want to do it no more anyway. It was way too far. It was like a 40-minute drive from my house. And it's just like, in gas prices, it just didn't add up, and it just didn't make sense. So I quit that job. So now I've actually been working somewhere long enough to get a paycheck. I've gotten paid from both jobs. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I was waiting until I actually got paychecks so that I could know if I was going to keep the jobs, if the jobs were worth it and stuff like that. And I'm still kind of teeter-tottering with one of them. So yeah. So let's start with the first one that I applied for. It's called Concoctions here in Milwaukee. It is like a drink cocktail bar type of place. I saw that my friend had posted a flyer that somebody else that we knew was, like, I guess the manager or to hit her up for a job. And it said bartender. So I'm thinking, like, okay, like, that's cool. Like, I would like to do that. And then I end up clicking on the girl page. I'm like, oh, okay, this is my friend cousin. Like, okay, I might as well, you know, like, tell them to get me in. Like, you know, I might as well. This may be easy for me to do. Like, it's probably, like, fast-paced, you know. I'm thinking that it wouldn't be that hard and that I could just do it on weekends. Like, it could be part-time and that would work for me. So I end up hitting the girl up and just being like, you know, I want to inquire about the position. Do you have to have your bartending license for the job? And she just informed me, like, not right away, but we'll train you and, you know, we'll help you with all of that. So yeah, you can come in we talked, and then basically we set up an interview. I came in, I came in, and then I think I came in on like I don't know. None of that really mattered. But I ended up coming in, doing the interview. And I ended up talking to her and the owner on my day of the interview. And I fell in love with the owner. Like, it's a Black-owned place. It's a Black-owned business. It's new. It's not really new because they've been had concoctions, but the location and just them having their own space and, you know, their own building and stuff like that, that's new. So I felt like, you know, I'm a part of the team. It is what it is. They she talks about it being very family oriented, and how she has a lot of other entrepreneurs who work for her as well, so she helps to mentor them, and like she gonna put you on. And the first day when I went to the interview, she was basically like, you know, what do you do? And I told her that I did tarot readings and life coach. And she was like, well, I'm having a Halloween party, so you can come and do your tarot readings there. So just her kind of giving me that opportunity before she had even hired me, I felt at home, kind of. I felt like, okay, I want to put into her business because I would want people to put into mine. I would want people to apply for my job and come work for me. And I know what kind of worker I am. And I know, like, I'm just a good ass worker. I'm a hard ass worker. I get that from my mama. And I know what I can bring to somebody's establishment when I want to work hard. So I'm just like, damn, like, I would love to, like, be a good employee for her. I would love to be a part of the team. I would love to be somebody who could help out her business. So we end up talking for like a whole 2 hours. I don't know how, but we end up talking for like a whole 2 hours. I think me and the general manager kind of end up going over the interview process, the questionnaire for like an hour, and then the owner ended up coming in, and we end up just chit-chatting for about an hour. She started off kind of asking me just about me, stuff about the job, the interview questions, and then it kind of just turned into like my business, what I do, what she does, and all of that. So I hadn't heard from them for a while, and I just started getting nervous. I'm like, you know, like, I may not have gotten a job. A lot of people probably applied because she put this on Facebook, like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, I'm still gonna like not outsource, but I'm like, I'm still gonna apply other places. So I was still applying on like Indeed, and I had posted on Facebook, like, I just want a good paying job that's like part-time, so that'll pay for my business. And my cousin had commented. Her name is Leslie. She has her own business. She does taxes. She prepares taxes and stuff like that. So she's not even a tax preparer. Like, she owns the tax company. I don't know. But yeah, so she ended up hitting me up and was like, well, what kind of work are you interested in? Or do you think you could do like healthcare or something like that? And I told her, like, I don't think I'm qualified for it. So basically she ended up hitting me up like, shit, we can go today or whatever. So she ended up picking me up, and we went, and it was her mom's agency. And yeah, so I went. I'm like, oh, hey, Marie. And we kind of talked about what the job would be. And they kind of made it seem real easy. Like, you just go and talk to people, and, you know, like, people just be needing help around their house. You just go have to clean up here and there, maybe run some errands for them, little stuff like that. And I guess they told me what the job was, but I guess I didn't really fathom what the job was. So yeah. So I had both my first days on the same day for the job. Yeah. For both jobs. So basically, I did the onboarding process that same day that I had went. I signed up for everything, did all my paperwork, and then she ended up giving me 2 clients. One I ended up calling, and he was just way too far out, and then the other one, I ended up setting up a day with her to go and just meet with her and see when she would need me and what time she would like me to come and all that kind of stuff. So we end up agreeing on pretty much 10 to 12, because she only got 10 hours. She was only allotted 10 hours. So I was supposed to be working from 10 to 12 Tuesday through Friday for her. So I had an older woman. I only ended up taking the one case because the other person was way too far, and I need new tires, and I don't really drive on the highway, so I didn't want to take that client. So I only ended up getting one client. So this is 10 hours for this one job. When I tell y'all, everything about the job was so fucking hard. And I vlogged a little bit of it, so y'all saw a little bit of it. But it was very, very stressful. So first of all, nobody had ever talked to me about how much I would be paying until the day of, when I called to clock in. And so I didn't know how much I would be making. I overestimated how much I would be making, because once I found out, I'm like, okay. I didn't really care. It wasn't that big of a deal until I actually got to doing the job. So for my client, I was basically like running her to like the meat market, grocery store, Aldi's, going to go pick up little things for her, going to go pick up her food, like lunch, you know, dinners, or, you know, whatever she was going to eat for the day. And then just talking to her, little cleaning up, little shit. She was falling a lot. She had MS, so she was falling a lot. And the first time she fell in front of me, well, she didn't fall in front of me. She told me to go put something in the mail or check the mail for somebody was leaving her request card. I went to go check it. I'm out there for all of like maybe a minute. And when I came back, she was on the floor. And she didn't really want help. But I felt like it was my job to help her. So I tried to help her, but she was way bigger than me, and I really couldn't help her. So she was just like, you know, I'm used to being in my house alone. I know how to do it. So she didn't like, you know, using her walker or using things to help her. It was just kind of like, it was hard to kind of understand her. It was kind of like, it was my first time experiencing an older person who wasn't my family. So it was like, we got to talking. I felt like I could be myself. I had worked with her for about 2 weeks. And it was just, I felt like it was just a lot of work. Like, I wasn't getting compensated on gas. And the reason why I got the jobs was because I wasn't having money. So if I wasn't really making money from my business, or I wasn't really getting clients, and the clients that I was getting, the money was already allocated to, this bill was off. This bill was already past due. So at the time, I didn't really have money to be spending. And every day, my hours was consistent of like her needing me to take her places. And I really didn't have the gas for that shit. Like, every day, having to run her here, there, and there, and then like having to do shit multiple times because she don't know her car number, or she's forgetful, or she done lost this or left this at home, or it was so stressful. So I was coming home exhausted. I was coming home tired. And every day I was playing like, okay, I'm gonna go live tonight after Kamaya go to sleep, or while Kamaya playing, or, but just running a household is like a job in itself, outside of me going live and shit, which is what I was supposed to be doing once I was getting home. But I was also having to make me dinner, make Kamaya food, get her in the tub. If she had homework, get her homework done, wash clothes, take my animals out, well, take my dog out, feed the animals throughout the day, like, get myself taken care of. Like, me, I normally don't eat in the morning, don't eat in the middle of the day. Like, I literally don't eat until like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, like, which is the time that it's gonna be right now. And I got my food in the oven right now. So it's like, it's cool, like, it's natural, but the energy that was being taken up from the job, it was just like, it was a lot. So let's go back to the first day. So the first day, I got Kamaya off to school. And then I ended up getting myself together and then going right to her house. So I didn't know that day that I would be running errands. So I had to hurry up and like clean out my car and just get myself together and prepare. So I didn't know how to do none of the shit. I didn't know I was going to have to like get her walker in my car. Like, what if I didn't even have a big car and then I didn't know how to put it down. And then it was like she was falling. I didn't know that I couldn't leave her. Like, I didn't know what her condition was. I didn't have any information. I just felt so unprepared. Like, I felt offended. And I think it was just me taking everything so personal because I hadn't worked for so long. But like, I was so offended. I'm like, they didn't tell me that it was gonna be like this, or I didn't expect for it to be this hard. Like, they didn't train me. I didn't get any type of training. I don't know how to be a nurse's assistant. She didn't fail. She didn't cut her head. Like, what do I do? Do I call the ambulance? Like, even though she's saying that she okay, like, do I trust that she's saying she okay when she always acting like she okay and she don't be okay? And it's like, I don't, like, it was so hard for me just that first day. I was also thinking about the fact that I needed to get Kamaya, I needed to rush from that job to go get Kamaya early from school, to take her to my grandma's house so that I could go home, get dressed, get in the shower because I smelled like the woman's house, and then go to the bartender job. And at the bartender job, I wasn't on the first day obviously going to be bartending. I went for like an orientation. I was there from like 4 to 7 or something like that, or like 5 to 7, something, I don't know, like 4 to 7, because that's why I had to get Kamaya early from school. But yeah, so I rushed to do that, and then I was there, and it was just like mentally draining. Like, I was having to talk to them, like in the orientation, I was having to sign paperwork and like watch videos and set up direct deposit. And honestly, I don't know how they feel or how they was seeing me, but I felt like my eyes was damn near closed. I'm like, bruh, like, I'm so fucking tired. And I kept in my mind being like, this is not the energy that I gave at the interview. Like, this is not the energy. Like, I'm damn near dead. I felt so exhausted. I felt so tired. So I didn't end up having to work that weekend bartending, but for the rest of the week, I did have to work as the PWI. So that's the personal care worker or whatever, PCW, whatever it's called. Y'all know. But yeah, so the rest of the week, I had to work that job. So, and only that job. So I was kind of able to kind of get acquainted with it and get into a routine. And every single day that I worked that week, I think I worked 3 days that week instead of the 4 because I didn't work that Monday. Okay, so yeah, y'all, every single day I told myself I have to do something for my business. I have to do something for my business. I have to go live, and I didn't. Like, it was like I couldn't post on Instagram. I couldn't make no reels. I didn't have the energy to like do anything. Not to mention that, like, we coming into November, and you look at like your memories from Facebook or from Instagram or just what you was going through last year, and it's just like, I was pregnant the last 2 Octobers, and it just kind of hit me that like, I'm not pregnant. Like, I'm not pregnant, and I feel good, but then it's like I feel guilty about feeling good and feeling happy and excited. And I don't know, but a friend of mine had somebody pass in their family, and I don't know why, but it made me depressed. Like, it made me kind of just think about all the people that I've lost and like how I couldn't imagine what they were going through. And it just kind of like, it had me stuck. And I felt like I couldn't get out of it. I feel like I'm still in it, and that's why I'm like so confused, because it's like, I feel like that kind of triggered me into thinking about like the fact that like I've lost my kids, and not only have I lost my kids, but I've lost their father as well. And this is the first year that I'll be celebrating their birthdays like alone and by myself. And Zion's birthday is coming up next weekend, and it's just like, I have plans of like what I want to do for him. I want to release balloons, but it's like, for the rest of my life, when I think about Zion's birthday, I'm always going to think about conversations that I've had with Jonathan. Like, we were going to always celebrate his birthday, or we were always going to do something. And then to think that we even had to get to the point where it was like, okay, well, we going to celebrate his heavenly birthday every year. Because at first it was like, we creating a life, we building a life, we created a life, a human being. And, you know, you plan shit with them. And then it's like, last year, reality had hit us that last year was our first year celebrating Zion's birthday. So last year he had just pretty much got out of jail, and I was pregnant with Rhythm, and we had a birthday party at my house. It was just me, my mama, Cameron, and Jonathan and Kamaya, and we released balloons and lit candles for Zion. And I was just so thankful that I had him there, because he was in jail and we didn't know when he was coming home. So in my mind, I felt like I was already low-key planning to not have somebody with me on his birthday. But then it didn't happen like that, and I had Jonathan there. And to think that, like, this year I'm not gonna have nobody, like, and just how I felt last year, like, I felt like even though my mom and my brother came, it just felt like I was putting them through something that they didn't deserve. Like, this sadness, this hurt, this pain, like, it just felt like it wasn't on them, it was on me and Jonathan. And Jonathan was the only person who was gonna understand. Jonathan, the only person who made that experience real, because he was there with me. He saw what ain't nobody else see, what didn't no camera see, what my mama didn't see, you know. So, and not having him here with me, even if that nigga was in jail or prison, I would have been happy. But just not even having him here at all, and just knowing that, like, he with his son, it bring me peace. But at the same time, it's lonely, like, it's sad. So thinking about working and doing readings and all that stuff, it was like, I don't have to do that. But like, my jobs, I have to be there on time. I have to get there. I have to work hard. Like, so I feel like all of October, damn near, I feel like the last 3 weeks, I just kind of have not been active on social media. I haven't shown my face really. I haven't been posting my readings on Instagram like I had been doing. I hadn't been going live. I've been booking readings, but only like my regulars, like, and then people who are referred to me from my regulars. But I haven't been getting new clients from social media. I haven't been promoting myself. Like, the stuff that I've been doing, people just been coming to me about. Like, God's just been sending me people. Like, when I need money, I promise you, God be on it. But it's like, it's not just about needing the money. Like, I want my career, I want my life, I want my dream, I want my goal. Outside of the money and stuff, I want to help people. Like, I want to do God's work. I want to be bigger than what I am right now. Like, I want my impact to be bigger than what it is right now. And I know I got to put in the work, but working, when I get home, I promise y'all, I just be wanting to chill. Like, I don't want to get off work to work. And I know that's what entrepreneurs do. I keep telling myself, like, people do this. Like, people grind, people lose sleep, people, you know. And then it make me get hard on myself. It make me feel guilty. And then I'm in the bed more, you know. And then it's like a cycle and a spiral. And then I'm stagnant. So I feel like this is why God didn't really want me working. This is why, you know, I wasn't supposed to be working. But at the same time, like, I feel productive when I go to work. I feel like I value my house more. I want my house clean all the time, because so when I come home, things are easily accessible. Like, things are easier for me, you know. I'm realizing how other people may feel. Like, you know, I'm so used to being home and being able to just make my own schedule and do what I want to do that I don't realize that other people may not have that freedom. So I feel like getting a job is kind of showing me so much more than what I wanted a job for. Like, I wanted a job for the money, you know, to help me pay my bills. And it's crazy because that's another con. I now have 3 incomes and I still don't feel like I'm able to stay afloat with debt. Christmas coming up, being able to get something for everybody who has helped me in my time of need, everybody who showed up for me. And being able to just get myself shit, you know, being able to just live how I want to live, buy what the fuck I want to buy. Like, I know that working more hours and getting into the groove of things will help me, but in the back of my mind, I also, every day that I go to work, I'll be like, bro, for what I'm making, this not even, I literally make $22 for 15 minutes of my time, and I love what I do. I go over the time because I enjoy what I do. It's not work. I'm not ready to clock out. I want to talk. I want to help you. I get paid $66 an hour to do a reading, and I go over the time because why? I like to do it. So it don't be registering in my mind when I'm getting paid less than that and feeling like I'm going home with my body aching, I'm sore, I'm wondering, is this lady okay when I'm at home? Like, I will say getting a job, getting both jobs have helped me with content. It give me something to post. It give me something to show y'all that I'm doing. I really like my job at the bar, at the cocktail bar. I feel like I get to see different walks of life. I get to see a lot of different kind of people come in. I get to just talk to a lot of different people and learn to interact with a lot of different people, because I feel like after COVID, I kind of lost that. Even when I'm going live, I feel like I used to be more personable, and that's another thing. I've been meditating more, and I've been needing to meditate because being in so many other people's energy when you're so used to being in your crib is draining. And it may not be to other people who work every day and they're just used to it, but I be needing to reassess, like, well, what am I going through? What is my feelings versus how everybody else was maybe making me feel. Like, I could have a bad day just because y'all had a bad day, and that's not even my day. But people at work had an attitude, so then, like, it kind of rubbed off on me, and I'm fine, you know, or I'm sad about some whole other shit, and I can't even be sad because I gotta go to work, and then now I done got home and I'm sad because all day I spent being fake happy. So now all that time that I could have spent already getting over my sadness, I gotta deal with at night, and then I can't sleep, and then I'm just up, and then it's just, what the fuck? And then I gotta be right back up early to get my baby to school. It's like, I feel like I have to inconvenience people, and it's probably not an inconvenience, but I feel like I don't like relying on people or asking people for shit. And now it's like, okay, I be needing a sitter, like, because now every Friday I have to work the bartending job. So I have to find somewhere. I have to get my baby from school early, because if I let her come home on the bus, she's not going to get home till 4:30. And I have to be to work at 5. So I don't have nobody to pick her up from my house. I don't, you know, and I walk to work. So it's a lot to think about, I guess, having a job. And it's not like it just stay at the job. Like, that shit go home with you. That shit, it's a lot. Working is a lot. And I just feel like after you've been able to set your own prices for your time, having it any other way is just difficult. It's just difficult. So I'm trying to just let go of my ego and let go of my pride, and just understand that, like, millionaires, billionaires, they have multiple streams of income, and I have to work smarter, not harder. So I'm figuring out ways and trying ways to, like, get back in my groove of like making money my way, so that I'm not constantly relying on other people giving me hours of strenuous hard work for not a lot of money. I will say about the bartender job, I absolutely love taking home money every night. I love it. I love tips. I tip everywhere I go now because I didn't understand what it was like to have to kind of rely on what you take home. Like, you know, like, so, yeah. I feel like all in all, it's a good experience. I feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm still trying to decide if I want to keep the personal care worker, because I have a new client and she is even sicker than my previous client, and I'm really, really nervous because I don't even want to speak the reasons of why I'm nervous, but I'm nervous, and I'm trying hard not to be. Like, I'm trying to just hop in my money bag, like my hustler bag, like this is what I need to do. But it's so hard for me to hustle for somebody else's dream, and I'm trying to not think about it like that. Like, I'm trying to think about it like God sent me to these people who I'm having to, you know, to help out. And as far as like the bartender job, like, I just feel like I need to be talking to people. I need to be, you know, having people see my face. I need the foot traffic. I need, even though it's not my business, you know, I just feel like one day my face gonna be everywhere. So this is a start. And then the other job, I just feel like I'm supposed to be around the people that I'm helping. Like, God need me to be in those spaces for a reason, even if I don't know why. So I'm just gonna try until I can't try anymore. I'm just hoping that I can just stick it out, because I really want to reap the benefits of work, not even just for like financial reasons. Like, I want to see more people like ask about my business as I'm working, or get to know who I am as a person. Like, I want people to know Caprice Her as a household name. You know, like, I want that for myself. So right now, I feel like I'm doing the footwork, and maybe having these jobs right now is the footwork. So I'm getting used to it, y'all. I'm getting used to it. I feel like it is a little distracting. I have kind of been slacking on my business almost completely, but I also feel like that has a lot to do with my emotional state and the time of month, the time of year that it is. It's the holidays. I spent the last 2 holidays with Jonathan, and he's not here for these holidays. That's going to be different. And just being a single parent again, it's just different. And kind of navigating the holidays alone, it's just different. And I have my family, of course, so I'm not alone. But yeah, I got stuff going on with my family as well. So it's kind of just a lot of heaviness. So I don't want to blame everything on the jobs. That's why I'm just trying to right now stick it out and see how far I can take it. I will give y'all updates in the vlogs as far as like how it's going with the jobs. As far as the paychecks, I was satisfied with both. Yeah, I was satisfied with both. So that was good. I literally, yeah, I was satisfied with both for how many hours I had worked. So it was what it was. But that's it for now, as far as like how me getting a job has been affecting my business. I would say 50-50, to be honest. No, I would say getting the job, no, I would say 50-50, because the value of my work ethic and how I work and the amount of slack that I've done on my business definitely is the same amount of value as all of the education and just the mentorship, the friendship, I don't want to say friendship, but the connections that I've just made just meeting people, and even my old client, talking to her, being able to get wisdom from an older woman, like that shit beautiful. So yeah, I would say 50-50, but we're gonna keep going. Like I said, I'll update you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share it on all your social medias.